Good day to everyone watching or listening to Infotech TV right there. You are powerfully welcome to Infotech TV. As we used to say, it has been our usual saying that on Infotech TV, we are so highly committed and very diligent in making sure that we dish you the right information from the right source, and that is exactly what we stand for on Infotech TV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen in Grand Colony in Nigeria. I remain your own elder statesman, Reverend Dr. Bartholomew Agbocheno, coming your way this day, the 15th of February, 2023. How are you all doing today? It has been quite a while, and I know a lot of you have tested for my voice. There are several of you out there. If you don't hear the sound of my voice for 1, 2, 3 days, you will feel uncomfortable. Yes, I am coming your way now. And as a matter of fact, why I have kept away from the social media space has been that I wanted to get things summed up together, that when I come up on the social media space, you will be happy you did listen to me. This evening, I have some information for you. And before I go to discharge the information that I have for you, I must say this, that I am so happy for your patience. I am aware of your patience. The set man, Apostle Professor Theophilus O. Ebonyi, is aware of your patience. So many people that are in Theobald Global Foundation, that are at the helm of affairs, are equally aware of your patience, and they are happy you are doing it. And I want to encourage you, keep in your patience. As I have always told you, Reverend Dr. Bartholomew Agbocheno never gets involved in any charade, in anything that will never work out. I will never get involved in it. I am aware of your pains. I am aware of your expectations. I am aware of your anxieties. But all I stand here and now to tell you, the day is drawing so close, almost at the door, whereby you will forget everything that has tortured you. You will remember none of your pains anymore. Thank you so very much. And I want to encourage you to stay far away from negative people. As I am coming your way this evening, I know there are several people out there that are ready to pick pit holes out of what I have to say. As much as I know that there are several of you that are there that appreciate the work that I am doing. My private WhatsApp wall is full of accolades and appreciation. And I am equally grateful to you people. I would like you people to stay far away from negative people, from opposite people. You are close to your miracle. You are close to your miracle. I wouldn't like you to allow anybody to drive you away from your miracle. Keep hoping. We are close. The day of your celebration has come. Thank you so very much. I'd like you to listen attentively to these pieces of information I have for you. First and foremost, there is a correction that I would like to make, a correction of the views that we generally hold concerning the Theobald disbursement sharing formula. Before now, all of us have been informed, I have informed you people, that the sharing formula of Theobald Global Foundation Fund is as follows, that 2 billion naira will be dropped in every individual's cluster account. out of this 2 billion, 1.8 billion will go to the 1,000 beneficiaries, for each one of them to part home with 1.8 million naira. Apostle Professor Theophilus O. Ebonyi has directed me to tell you that it is still like that. It has not changed. And as a matter of fact, when any NGO pays you less, the NGO risks his life. The NGO will be chained. The NGO will end behind bars. So as many of you as have been expecting 1.8 million, keep expecting. It will hit your bank account directly. The remaining 0.2 billion, which is 200 million, 100 million will be set aside for TIOBA's supervisory activity, while 100 million naira will go to the NGO. The impression that was created by me earlier and several others was that out of the 200 million, 100 million will stay with the NGO, while 100 million will go to the cluster head. And if the cluster head brought the cluster and pays the 20,000 naira for the cluster, then the 100 million naira will stay with the cluster head. But in the situation whereby the cluster head only submitted the data but did not pay for the data, but another person paid for the data, then the 100 million will be rationed between the person who submitted the cluster and the person who pays for the cluster on 50-50 basis, for them to part away with 50 million naira each. That was the impression that was created before. But today, our eyes were opened to the fact that out of the 200 million, 100 million will be set aside for TIOBA's supervision, while only 100 million naira will stay with the NGO. And because of the hulabaloo that had been set earlier, we decided to put heads together to see how we can proceed from here. And at the end of all events, it was agreed that out of the 100 million naira that will go to the NGO, 40 million naira should be the one now that will go to the NGO head, while 40 million naira will now go to the cluster head, while the remaining 20 million naira will remain with the NGO body as a whole. Now, if the cluster head was the person that submitted the cluster and as well paid the 20,000 naira for the cluster, then the 40 million naira will go to the cluster head. But if the cluster head submitted the data and another person paid for the data as a sponsor, then the 40 million naira will be rationed between the cluster donor and the sponsor on 50-50 basis. That has to mean that the person who submitted the cluster, that is the cluster head, will part away with 20 million naira, while the sponsor will part away with 20 million naira. As many of you as sponsored clusters and you were promised 50 million naira, I wish to beg for your understanding as it is coming in this way, because we have to arrive here so that we can move forward from here. And as a matter of fact, if you paid 20,000 naira to sponsor And at the end of the day, you will have to get 20 million naira. You have not run at a loss. There are some people who paid 25,000 naira, 30,000 naira, some 45,000 naira, some 50,000 naira, some even 100,000 naira. Even if you paid 100,000 naira to do sponsorship, and at the end of the day, you are giving 20 million naira. It is equally a win-win situation. I would like you people to be contented with that. And let us pray that this great day of celebration meets us with the speed of light. Thank you so very much. I would like all of us to be relaxed as we await this glorious day that the whole Nigeria will stand still for the action of the disbursement of TOBAT grant. Thank you so very much. I would like you people to be relaxed about it. Point number 2 is as a result of the mother NGOs that were created. About a month ago, mother NGOs were created by TOBAT Global Foundation to make disbursement easier for people. And as a matter of fact, it is no longer news that the mother NGOs, they went to Lagos to do the needful and of course documentation. It is no longer news to us, but there were some developing stories, some nasty stories that followed that, which I would not like to get into for now because that is not where we are going. And those nasty stories that developed is what has led to the dragging of the disbursement up to this point. But however, the set man, the lion himself, the capacity, the naked wire, you know, he is a human being and with a very humane spirit. He called for a meeting of the NGO head, and yesterday we were gathered there. He expressed his displeasure, but however, we were able to appeal to him for forgiveness, which actually he has done, which he has always, the way he has always done, and he has forgiven those NGOs that embarked on such activities that were uncalled for. And as a matter of fact, you know, so many trending stories enveloped that those mother NGOs are the ones to select the NGOs that they will pay to. And several people, they started doing some nasty things. And this has made the direction of event to change. Now, no longer, or it is not the mother NGOs that are going to appoint the NGOs that they are going to pay to for some reasons, best known to everybody, obvious reasons. Number one, the mother NGOs, of course, do not know the NGOs that are registered with TOBAT Global Foundation. Any NGO may come at all and say, okay, I'm registered with TOBAT Global Foundation. Since you don't have the database of TOBAT Global Foundation, how do you reconcile yourself? And the process of getting to confirm from TOBAT before you know which is which may take a very long time. And that has made the set man of the house to arrive at the decision of him giving these mother NGOs, the NGOs that they have to pay. And of course, about 30 mother NGOs that we have will now have about 20 NGOs under them, which they will have to pay. And being that as it is, we would like to appeal to every Dick, Tom, and Harry, you know, to play the game by the rules. And in doing that, we would like everybody that is a mother NGO to be very, very humane. And in doing that, there are some things that we need to be aware of. You know, if you are very, very close to the capacity, if you are close to the naked wire, if you are close to the lion himself, a person of Apostle Professor Theophilus O. Ebonyi, you will know that he is not somebody who elevates himself. He is somebody who acknowledges that this mandate that is carrying is a grace from God. And as such, he sees no reason to intimidate anybody, to subjugate anybody. He wants everybody to be like himself. And as a matter of fact, I am appealing to every one of these mother NGOs to be so humbled in mind, in spirit, and in practice. Don't stress the NGOs that are under you. Don't stress them. Take them as brothers and sisters. And the same appeal is going to the smaller NGOs that are under these mother NGOs. I would like you to get close to the mother NGOs that will be assigned over you. Respect them. Speak to them with tender voices. And don't be arrogant at all. Treat him as a senior friend, as a senior brother, and as a senior colleague in practice. And given that scenario, I would like to say that the small NGOs are to submit some things to the mother NGOs, which are as follows. Number one, you have to get to the Theobat app and print a copy out. In the process of printing a copy out, you will be asked to pay 5,000 naira. After paying the 5,000 naira, you will be given a code. Make sure you don't forget that code. Of course, that code will be on your profile acknowledgement. You know, you print it out and attach it to the copy of the guideline, of the disbursement guideline that you will print from the Theobat app and go and submit it to your mother NGO. Number two, you will be asked to pay 250,000 naira. You, the 20 NGOs that will come under a mother NGO, you will be asked to pay 250,000 naira. Not a cluster to pay 250,000 naira. The whole NGO. As an NGO, even if you have 10,000 clusters under you, you are demanded to submit 250,000 naira to your mother NGO. If your mother NGO asks you to pay higher than that, please report to Theobat's office immediately, or you report to me. You can give him more than that amount if you want. If you want to support him, if you want to support the mother NGO, you can give more than that. But the mother NGO has no powers to request from you to submit to him more than 250,000 naira. And again, you as an NGO coming under the mother NGO, you have to prepare the number of your clusters. Prepare the number of your clusters. Know the number of the clusters that are under you that you submitted to Theobat Global foundation, because your mother NGO is going to ask you to submit the number of the clusters that are under you, because your fund will get into his account. He needs to know the number of these so that he will have the number, the amount of money to disburse to you. Don't make mistakes about it. And as a matter of fact, by the moment you get this money ready, your mother NGO will be having a physical meeting with you. Your mother NGO will be having a physical meeting with you, because he or she needs to know the person is paying to. There has to be a rapport, a familiar rapport. So you should be prepared. If your mother NGO calls for a meeting, submit yourself at that meeting venue so that there can be a rapport. Don't say these criteria are so demanding. No, because the money that is coming your way is not shishi, is not thorough, is the kind of money probably that you have never seen in your life. And because you have never seen this kind of money in your life, there is no amount of sacrifice that is too much for this to be made for this activity to sail through. And as a result of that, as I'm speaking to you, you have to be prepared towards this exercise. And actually, as I'm even speaking to you, I am a mother NGO. I have not even gotten the names of the NGOs that are under me. And when I get the names or the list of the NGOs that are under me, I am going to call for a meeting. I am in Abuja. If you fall under me and you are in Lagos, you should be prepared to come and meet me at Abuja for a physical meeting. So prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. And at the meeting, we were advised, since we are all preparing to beat the deadline before the election time, there is no more time to waste. There is no more time to waste. And as a result of that, let all hands be on deck. Let all hands be on deck. By tomorrow, I may get my list. If I get my list and I put a call across to you immediately, you submit yourself for a physical meeting. And actually, we were advised that we should do all the things that we would do and submit our reports by Monday. By Monday next week, we should submit all our reports. So as many as are subsidiary NGOs coming under the mother NGOs, please go and get your guideline from the Theobat app. That is number one. Then get your 250,000 naira ready. That is number two. Then prepare for a journey to wherever your mother NGO may be, to have a physical rapport with you. And among the documents you have to submit to your mother NGO, I have already told you the number of your clusters that you have, which will be verified. Because anything you submit to your mother NGO, you will verify from Theobat's office. And if you are seen to submit a conflicting report, then it may be an issue. It may be an issue. And as you, amongst those things that you need to submit to your mother NGO is a valid account detail, functional account detail. Please, I would like all hands to be on deck so that we don't dwell anymore on this mountain. We have dwelt on this mountain for a very long time. We don't want to remain here again. And from the meeting that we had with the capacity, he shows all readiness to do this disbursement with the speed of light. So let us not draw his hands backward. Let us cooperate with him and allow this thing to happen once and for all, and all of us will be settled. Thank you so very much, Nigerians. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen in the Grand Colony. These are the information I have for you for now. If there are others that I have forgotten, my brothers, like my children, like Newman and Bode David, they may come your way later to buttress all these things that I have said. And if there are things that I have forgotten, they will equally put it across to you. And above all, Theobald's secretary, in person of Pastor Timothy Abbo, will be putting it on written form. All these things that I have said will be put down in written form. Ladies and gentlemen, the time for celebration has come. What you have never seen in life is coming your way. Although you have waited for a very long time, keep waiting. We are already there. God bless you.